I don't want my developers working on nuts and bolts. I don't want them trying to install databases or fix servers, or they're software developers. I pay them to develop software, and as a result, that's what they should be doing. No, Database Labs is reliable. They have rollbacks, they have backups, they have failover systems, and constant monitoring. At the end of the day, what we got per dollar is impossible to beat. My name is Greg Ross-Munro. I'm the CEO of a company called Sourcetoad. We are a custom development studio in Tampa, Florida. We've got about 17 developers who work here, and we develop everything from mobile applications, web applications, to in-cabin entertainment systems for hotels and cruise ships. All these systems need babysitting, especially anything of any complexity needs somebody to look after it. And because you're going to get that phone call one day at 3 o'clock in the morning that says, oh, my server's fallen down, or my database is being deleted, or something horrible's happened, and we now want our developers to come back and fix the thing. So the reason we went with Database Labs is that we had a client who needed about 4 or 5 Postgres databases, and after 2 or 3 days of getting Postgres set up in our local dev environment, we then spent about 4 days of actual time that we should have been programming trying to get it to work in the production environment. And on the 4th day, I'd had enough, and I did a Google search and I found Database Labs. And within about 45 minutes from just finding the site, we actually had the databases set up and working. And it was the first time in a week I'd seen my developers actually smile, because they didn't have to be doing database operation stuff. They could actually go back to work. We're a software development company. We are good at what we do. To have my guys doing dev operations, or setting up servers, or doing maintenance for a client server, it's not cost effective because A, they're not great at it, and B, their time is better spent doing something else. It's much more profitable for them to be doing what they're good at doing. If the worst happened, if a developer deleted a user table, or an entire database got corrupted, I can just pick up the phone or send an email, and Database Labs will roll it back to the exact point in time where it was, once again, happy and working. The fact that Database Labs has the point of time stuff, it has the rollbacks, it has everything that we would want. Those kind of things would take us weeks, if not months, of development to just do for a particular project. The fact that we can have that at the click of a button actually makes me feel a lot more secure and makes my clients a lot happier. The fact that I have a 24-hour support system of tickets and phone calls for my database systems, as well as now my servers, is what allows me to sleep at night. We've built into databases before, we've built in monitoring systems, mainly through the code that we write. They're checking the health of the database. The fact that now there's somebody else doing that and we don't have to, that's brilliant. I know that there's somebody there watching the databases, and the second that something goes wrong, even before we know that there's a problem, Database Labs is going to catch that and be able to fix the problem before it even becomes an issue for us.